Hey guys, I'm Two-Faced Teller and welcome back to Amnesia Memories. Last time we were here, Shin was a big fat liar about everything, and he was just, hey, we did this thing. Just kidding, we didn't. I lied. Also, we made him flustered because we're like, hey master, do you come here often? And I thought that was hilarious. Today's your first day of work, and I hit the wrong button immediately. I know Shin and Toma told you about it yesterday, but it's way different actually doing it. Toma said he would help you out if you're not sure of anything in particular, but still, do your best, V. You've still got bandages all over the place, even on your neck. I wonder if that's okay in this kind of job. It's a quirk? I'm the clumsy maid, ha ha ha. Well, whatever. Just blind them with a smile. Good morning. Oh, it's Waka. Ah, first thing in the morning.
Oh, hello, V. Good morning. It's nice to see you.
Uh-huh.
Are you feeling okay? That accident really was unfortunate, but those bandages are actually pretty cute.
Thanks, it's a quirk.
Your official first day back won't be until next week, but working half days today and the day after tomorrow would be good rehab. Don't push yourself too hard. Just think of this as training to get your body used to working again little by little. Seeing a maid in bandages is quite attractive in its own way.
Yeah, I told you. It's a nice quirk.
I almost want you to keep wearing them just because. Ooh.
Waka's a little freaky. Good morning. Oh, sorry. I said I'd help you out today, but you ended up getting here first. Did the manager say anything unusual to you? Don't worry about it too much. He doesn't bite or anything. I like it. Oh, it's super weird seeing Waka to have faces like this. I'm used to his other, just seeing him calm, cool, and collected. Sort of.
What's that, Toma? That sounded a little rude.
Not at all. I just hadn't seen you put on that kind of pressure in a while, so I figured she might have been taken aback a bit.
Of course not. I was only encouraging her.
It seems like this person is the manager. He seems pretty intense. Good morning.
Why, Mine, you're looking as cute as always.
Damn, this Waka... so nice. No, stop that. You too, manager. Oh, hi. That's right, today's your first day back. I'm glad to see you're feeling better. I was really shocked when the accident happened. I even thought you were dead when I saw you. Damn, what happened? It seems like this girl is your junior. Wait a sec, she thought you were dead? You probably were. Hold on, does that mean this girl was at the scene of the accident? What happened during the accident?
Okay, that's enough. You can all chat after work. Everyone get dressed.
Oh, right, okay. I cannot emote very well whenever I do Mine's voice. It's already time. I guess it can't be helped. You'll need to wait until after work to ask her. You still haven't even been able to gather more details from Shin about the accident. This might trigger an important memory. I can't wait for work to be over. We just got here, Orion. Jeez. I just realized Orion has a belly button. Welcome back, Master. May I take your order? I went from, like, using my sort of normal voice in the beginning, and then just slipping back to the Toma Orion route 1. Have a good day, madam. We'll be waiting your return. Just so you know, it's not like I'm enjoying this or something. Oh wow, Orion. I know you are. Don't lie. You're the most enthusiastic about it. Easy peasy. Compared to the way Shin treats us, real customers are a lot nicer. They also don't tell you, like, weird things. If you run into trouble, I'm sure the others will help you out, so this shouldn't be a problem at all. Alright, just keep it up, V. I just want to know what our accident was. Your body's starting to hurt a little. Are you okay? Need some rest?
Good work, V. You can take a break now. It's already lunchtime. You seem to be very focused in your work. You should go home for today and try to get some rest until the day after tomorrow. You worked very hard through your injuries. Thank you very much.
I see. So you're done now. The moment he said you were done, all that tiredness came crashing over us. I was hoping we could ask about the accident, but I don't think we can just wait here until Mina and Toma get off work. You'll be back here the day after tomorrow, so you can just ask then. Let's just go home for now. Can't we just text Toma? Oh, it's liar liar pants on fire. Hey. Wait, Shin? Why's he here? Didn't he have class today? What happened with prep school? Are you here to pick me up? Yo, what happened to prep school? You so irritated about it.
I'm just on lunch. I'll head back after saying hi to Waka.
Wait, who is Waka again? Only the bestest person in all of these routes. Since he's looking for him here, maybe he's referring to the manager.
So how was work? Did you do okay?
It went well. Everyone helped me out.
Well, it's good you're aware of that. I'll go say hi, so just wait here.
These options are so weird and confusing. I'm just like, what matters and what doesn't matter? Huh? V, wouldn't it be better if you went with him?
Why are you coming along? Well, whatever. Why? If it isn't Shin, it's been a while. How have you been? Hello, Waka. I've been fine. Also, I'm sorry for any trouble she caused you today. I'm sure she's probably been a lot less present than usual due to her injuries, but I'll help her to recover as quickly as possible.
Wow, I didn't expect that from Shin at all. I knew he was pretty serious when he apologized to your dad, but this really makes him seem like he isn't younger than you.
Don't worry, Shin. I fully understand that her injuries haven't healed yet. She actually was quite lovely in those bandages with her uniform on. I wish you could have seen her.
Yeah, I look pretty good.
I'm good. Anyway, you should let her have some rest. I'm sure you have your own studies to get to, don't you?
Yes. I'll see you again sometime.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's not even that deep, but it's like I'm struggling to not crack.
Anyway, I'm going to head back now. Go straight home, alright?
You know, Shin is actually pretty reliable. He's done a lot for you up until now. And the people at work are a little weird too, but they don't seem to be bad people at all. In fact, it's almost scary that I can't find any reason to be worried. I just hope tomorrow goes as well as today did.
Oh, he's beautiful!
Why couldn't we have a walker route? Just because he changes every time each route, this doesn't mean jack. What should we do today? Shin said he has prep school and you have the day off work. Want to go for a walk? Huh? That was a doorbell. Maybe you have a guest? Oh, it's Toma, and there's a girl with him. I wonder who she is. It's Sawa! Hey, it's been a while. Mind if we come in? Sawa's saying she wanted to see you, so I brought her along. Oh, so this girl's Sawa. V, do you recognize her? Anyway, you should let them in. What if I just didn't let them in and I was just like, nah? What a crazy ordeal this has been. I'm glad to see you're doing well. The hospital you were in was really far, so I'm sorry I couldn't go and see you. Huh? Really far away? I thought you were pretty close. Oh, sorry, Sama. I guess you didn't know. The past 2 days she's been in a hospital pretty close to here. She stayed in Shinano for about a week, then was transferred to a local branch. Wait, really? Oh, I could have gone to see her. Huh? What's Shinano? The Shinano I've heard about is a sightseeing area, so you were in a hospital there? The last time I saw you, you were covered in blood. I was so relieved when Toma told me you were okay. He told me at the time that I was probably still in shock and that we should just leave things to Shin. But it was so hard to just wait for any news. Wait, so what does this mean? So, not just Mine, but Sawa was also at the scene and the accident happened in Shinano? I wonder what you could ask them without drawing suspicion. What do you think, V? What happened? Tell me more about the accident. Without drawing suspicion. What happened? Tell me more about the accident. Huh? I don't really know enough to go into much detail. Hey, Sawa, I don't think she has any clear memories of the day of the accident. Wait, seriously? Seriously, it seems like she doesn't know how she was injured or how the accident happened. Should you really have let them know that? I mean, I was in an accident. You can't really expect me to remember everything. It's just like, maybe everything happened so fast in my eyes, or I was just completely like, whoa. But this is depending how it happened, because I don't have a clue. I could have been like stabbed repeatedly by somebody and I would have been like, what happened? Oh, right. I guess it's pretty common in car accidents and stuff to forget about what happened. That was a car accident, okay. Yeah, exactly. I think it would be best if we assume she doesn't remember anything about what happened that day. I see. If you put it that way, it doesn't seem like such a huge deal that you'd need to go back to the hospital for this. But Shin said it was his fault. So, one of the things I'm thinking is, you know, maybe he was being a butthole. Like he's been to us as of late. And like he went across the street and in an attempt to follow him, we got run over. Mayhaps. I see. If you put it that way, it doesn't seem like such a big deal that you'd need to go back to the hospital for this. Shin and Toma must have been coming up with some very convenient explanations. Has Shin told you anything about what happened?
Well, she's only recently started forgetting her memory. She remembered it all before. And I'm pretty sure Shin doesn't want to talk about the accident. It's pretty rough. It's a pretty rough memory for him too. Or did Shin run us over? That'd be crazy.
I see. Then you must be super curious about what happened to you.
But probably not, considering.
Alright, in that case I'll tell you about that day. Well, as much as I know anyway. Let's see. So the three of us, Shin and Mine, all went to Shinano for a little vacation. Do you remember that? Not at all. But we do now, thanks to you. Keep talking. On the second night, you and Shin went off somewhere, but later on he came back alone looking all pale. You said you two were goofing around and didn't realize you were right by the edge of a cliff, then you fell. It was dark and he couldn't see too far down, so he asked us to help search for you.
Oh my god. What if Shin got angry at us for some reason or another and he pushed us? Shin pushed us and it wasn't an accident.
It was dark and he couldn't see too far down, so he asked us to help search for you.
Wait, you fell off a cliff? And then you got run over? What?
I heard it was an accident, but I assumed it was a car accident. This is unbelievable.
Oh, wait, so it's not a car accident. Jeez.
After that, all the guests at the mountain lodge started searching, even people who had nothing to do with us.
Well, I mean, yeah, if somebody's missing or whatever, I'd be helping out. That's intense. I would hope that other people, in the case of myself or like a family member, anybody would try to help.
You were found collapsed at the bottom of the cliff a ways away. All of it happened in the span of about an hour. You were covered in injuries and totally unconscious.
Ah, no! V, there you are. Are you okay? Can you stand up?
Shin, you came for me.
V, what's wrong?
Getting dizzy again.
Are you okay? Are you dizzy?
What was that just now? That was a memory of being found. It must have been brought on by their story. What's wrong? Did you remember something bad? Is it about the accident?
I remember being found, so Shin came to find me? Ow.
Wait, what do you mean? The people who found you were named Iki and Kent.
What?
What? What could that mean? And who's that? V, do you recognize that name? You must really be confused. Do you remember Iki and Kent? The guests were there at the lodge too.
Ooh, do they not work at the cafe?
Even though they were just strangers, they ran off into the forest to look for you. Isn't that so cool?
Kent, my boy.
Wait a minute, then what was that memory just now?
Ooh, Shin, suspicious.
Shin was calling to you when you were collapsed, right? Was that a different time?
He pushed us down another cliff. What an asshole.
What's wrong? Was that too much information at once? Are you feeling confused? Hey, are you okay? Sorry, did I say too much at once? I don't really know what to say to someone with missing memories. You're remembering things, but it seems like the memories themselves are still unstable. I guess it really is possible to lose your memories while after an event happens. Right after the accident, I heard that you were desperate to let everyone know that it wasn't Shin's fault. The police were suspicious that Shin planned your fall, but you were defending him. What? He intentionally made you fall?
I wouldn't really say he was their #1 suspect, though. It was more like they were questioning him for a while. Shin was saying that it was his fault you fell after all.
Oh, he did say that before, to you and your dad.
But since even the victim was insisting it was just an accident, they released him fairly quickly.
Well, it wasn't really that quick, right? I mean, he didn't come back for an entire day.
Right, that struck me as strange. From what I heard, there was a difference in your testimonies that made them suspicious. But that's pretty common. People get confused immediately after following an accident. Honestly, though, you seem more confused now.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I definitely don't need to get myself into an accident. I can't even remember what I ate for lunch yesterday. Oh, same.
Sawa, that's pretty bad. You better do something to exercise that brain of yours.
Is Shin okay? But I'm sure it was Shin who found me. I'm just gonna say that. That must be a mistake. If it was true, Shin would have mentioned it. Huh? So I guess that memory really was from another time. But, I see. Now that we have the whole story, I can see why Shin feels responsible for your injuries. Although it wasn't his fault, neither of you knew you were on a cliff. I'm sure he's still worried about it. He feels so guilty about it, yet there are still people who think these terrible things about him. Like it wasn't an accident. It really was an accident, right? You believe that, don't you? Don't worry, Shin might not act it, but he really cares for you. He wouldn't push you off a cliff. But I'm sure that memory you have is even more evidence in favor of believing in Shin, right?
Good morning, V. Today's another half day for you. It looks like you've gotten a lot better now, but you still should take care and not overdo it, okay?
Yeah, you're in a lot less pain today, and you've gotten the hang of this a bit more from last time. Today should go well. Alright, do your best. Welcome back, Master. May I take your order? Have a good day, madam. We'll be awaiting your return. Alright, perfect. It's going well, V.
Looks like you've gotten used to it already. Maybe it really does suit you to have Shin boss you around so strictly.
No, I'm gonna say we can do without any more of that. Well, half a day sure flies by when you're working.
Good work. At this rate, you should be able to go back to full-time next week. Seriously, when I first heard the news from Mine, I was in a complete and total panic. My hands were trembling quite a bit. I ended up dropping plates in front of customers several times.
Manager, you're really that worried?
If that pretty face of yours had been injured, this cafe would have lost its poster girl. How frightening.
Aw, sick. We're the poster girl. Really, everyone was so shaken up at the time. Tomo was especially bad. Well, who the hell am I? I don't know.
Really, everyone was so shaken up at the time. Tomo was especially bad.
Hey, you don't need to mention that.
But it was pretty crazy. You were shouting at Shin and then you ran off. Sawa was on the verge of tears.
That should be expected. For Sawa and me, that was really an incredible worrying moment.
And yet Shin was so calm.
What?
Mine. To be honest, I was kind of scared. His girlfriend fell off a cliff right in front of his eyes, but he was still super calm. He called the police and explained the situation and didn't even make an effort to search for you. There's nothing wrong with what he did.
He might have looked calm, but I'm sure he was beyond shock, too. And I heard some scary rumors about Shin's dad being a murderer. It wasn't murder, it was involuntary manslaughter. Well, you know, that certainly doesn't make anyone feel any better. Even if he didn't intend to kill, he still killed someone. Isn't that the truth? I heard he got drunk and got in a fight with some guy. Couldn't that personality have been passed down to Shin? When I think about that, after what happened that day, it makes me really scared of Shin. I'll seriously get mad if you say any more. It's true that Shin's father got in a fight and killed someone, but that has nothing to do with Shin. And it's not like you know the details about that incident, or do you? Mine, do you really believe rumors over your friends? I'm sorry. That was terrible of me to say. Yeah. Thanks, Toma. Can't really go defending Shin right now, though, because I don't know exactly. Like, I could say that it's not his fault, but after Toma's route, and, you know, after everybody's route, you kind of have this, they were sort of at fault. So there could be a thing where Shin was at fault. Like, he might have actually done something for us to fall off the cliff. Like, it wasn't all an accident. Oops. It wasn't all an accident. There is a pretty big possibility that maybe they got into a fight knowing Shin likes to say a lot of stuff, and he might have maybe nudged a little bit, or like he pushed her not knowing that the cliff was there. Like, he just pushed her, but his intention wasn't to push her down the cliff. So there's that. I was just defending Shin. There's no need for you to thank me. Although I understand why you'd be thankful toward anyone who defended Shin.
Alright, that's enough. Shin might be a lonely kid, but he wouldn't hurt a girl he cherishes so much. There's no reason to doubt him. Anyway, why don't we all have lunch?
Even though the manager said that, it sounds like there are a lot of people who suspect Shin. That's probably because his attitude is the type to rouse suspicion among people who don't know him. What do you think? I'm starting to feel anxious. Got time? Want to go somewhere? He shows up without calling or texting, and that's the first thing he says when he sees you. He could ask about your injuries, or ask how work's going, or how you're feeling at least, something nice.
Before we go to the park, or to the school with Toma, that's about all I could think of.
No, he wasn't talking about a date. This is to help recover your memories. Hey, in that case, wouldn't it be better to talk about the accident than about elementary school? I think it's bad not to ask Shin anything and only hear negative rumors from other people. You also still need to ask Shin about the memory you have of him finding you that night. Yeah, but I don't really trust Shin.
I see. So I found you, huh? I don't know what you're remembering, but I never found you. Toma and the others are right. The people who found you were these For these two guys, Iki and Kent, who just happened to be staying at the lodge. I heard Iki is a college student and Kent is a graduate student. That's all I know.
So even Shin is saying that the others are right.
I waited at the lodge for the ambulance and the police to arrive. I knew the police would want to question me anyway. Someone had to stay at the lodge to relay the information to them. It would just make things faster for me to be there since the police would have called for me anyway.
I see. So Shin didn't search for you so he could explain things to the police. That actually sounds pretty reasonable.
After you were found, the police car and the ambulance arrived and I was taken to the station. Our testimonies were different, so the police decided they were going to keep me in hold for a day. But the differences in our stories were really minor. In fact, I lied about them.
Wait, why would he lie about something like that? Why do you keep lying? Shin, do you have a problem?
Now that I think about it, I should have told them the truth from the start. I think I was just upset. You said, I ran because he was teasing me in your testimony, but... I said, I jumped out at her from behind in my testimony. In reality, what you said was closer to the truth. From your footprints, they determined that you ran away from something before you fell. There wasn't really much reason for me to lie about it. That's just what I happened to tell them. Because you see, at the time I was actually asking if I could go to your room that night. That was hard to explain, so I just ended up making up a stupid lie. Like that I jumped out at you from behind to scare you.
Well, it's true that would be hard to tell the police, but it also doesn't really make sense. Like, I understand that beforehand, she always got flustered when being teased by him. But would she really run away just like that over something like that? Well, it's true that would be hard to tell the police. Not only that, but you ended up running when he asked.
I actually wasn't kidding at the time, so what you said is technically a lie too. If we're gonna go down that road. Although it's still a lot closer to the truth than what I said, but it wasn't anything that was super serious either. It's just that nobody but us knew what we were talking about before the accident, and that trail of footprints was there. It might be trivial, but I still lied. Of course they would suspect me. The only reason I was released was because you cried and defended me. I'm really thankful.
I see. It sounds like you really liked Shin before you lost your memories.
You ended up with fairly minor injuries. I guess the police didn't see the need to press further. Anyway, that's my side of the story. Do you believe me?
Yes, I believe you. I still need to think about it a bit more. Honestly, this one.
Huh? You didn't used to think so deeply about things like this before. I got it, though. Take your time and decide on your own. Sorry. I probably should have told you about all of this sooner. Having you ask others just makes things more problematic. When I try to talk about that day, I remember really awful things. Like your scream when you fell, and how long I had to wait before the people looking for you came back. And then you were brought back covered in blood, and all that time I was being questioned without knowing how you were. I saw the cuts on your neck when you were brought back. It looked like you were bleeding a lot. It's a miracle you got off so easily. I heard later that if they hadn't found you as soon as they had, you might have died. I was even thinking that it was my fault that you almost died. I'm just so weak. I can't forgive myself. I couldn't do anything. Nothing at all. You're right there in front of my eyes, just a few seconds before you were in my arms, but then... Sorry. I still don't want to talk about it. I don't think he didn't do anything about it.
You said you might have died if you were found later. If Shin had run off by himself to look for you, it might have been too late. Shin, your quick decisions to ask everyone for help is what saved this girl's life. There's no doubt about it. I think your calmness is amazing.
What's with that? It's weird to get praised by you. I feel like I'm talking to somebody I don't know. But if I had been more careful about our surroundings, you never would have fallen in the first place. That fact won't change. This is my fault.
Well, I mean, if you're messing around in the dark, it kind of is both of your faults. I guess. Hey, V? Shin is really sorry about this, and he doesn't seem like a person who would try to hurt you. Your injuries were just an accident, but then again, what was that mysterious memory? It must be some sort of mistake. But our memories are never a mistake other than the fact that they're not that detailed. Why does this guy seem familiar?
Well then, V. First, I'd like to congratulate you on your recovery.
Who's this? And also, I was going to congratulate her first, don't steal my lines.
I was really surprised to hear about the incident the other day, and it seems Shin has been released. To be honest, I was always interested in knowing whether you two were actually dating, but that time was especially...
Hey, owner. Good morning. I'm surprised to see you here. I wouldn't have thought that the owner of the... Oh! Okay. Shinano-ji Lodge would come all the way down. Did you come by today to ask her to give her some encouragement? To ask her some encouragement. He's just like,
Hey, it would be very nice if you gave me some encouragement to continue working. Yes, I believe it would be quickest to ask the person directly concerned, after all.
Toma. Oh, thanks for the who's who.
I've been concerned for quite some time, but Waka insisted I wait until her wounds had recovered. Anyway, tell me, just how much water does this theory of a love triangle with you two and Toma hold?
What? That's what you wanted to ask?
Mr. Owner, it's completely false. But I heard that What? But I heard that she had proposed to you in the past, Toma, during our chat over tea.
What kind of questions does this guy ask over tea? The good stuff? That's when she was in kindergarten. It's pretty common. It's a pretty common childhood thing. That's so adorable, though. Toma, when we grow up, we should get married. Oh, so that memory was... Wow, you really did propose to Toma back then. I know it was only kindergarten, but do you think you made a promise like that to Shin too? Her whole thing during kindergarten is she proposed to everyone. She's just... she's just a serial proposer. She proposed to Toma, Shin, all of her other classmates, the teacher, her parents. Sometimes when she really liked somebody that she just knew within, like, a little while, she proposed to them too. She just proposed to everyone.
Oh, Mr. Owner, I see you're here. Hello, Waka. Beautiful as always. Oh, stop that. You really are a charmer, and even more so these days. Anyway, would you mind releasing our employees now? It's about time to open the cafe.
The owner has sausage fingers.
Oh, yes, of course. Good, what? Who am I? I already forgot. God damn it. Oh, yes, of course. Go right along, Toma.
V, does this mean you're supposed to stay behind?
Okay, Toma. Let's open the cafe.
This is why I don't like doing so many voices. Because they're all the same, with just a very, very slight difference, and then the moment I do the other one, I'm just like, wait. Dang it.
Sorry, V. I can't do any more for you.
Oh no, there they go.
Now then, V. We should be able to talk in peace about the incident.
It looks like you have no choice but to go along with it. Why are you acting like we shouldn't do this? This seems really important. But still, it's not like you know much more about the incident than anyone else, right? Wait, but this person's the owner of the mountain lodge that everyone was staying at that day. Doesn't that mean he was there when the incident happened? If that's true, then we might know a lot more about this than we do. He might know a lot more about this than we do. We should be the ones asking him questions. Were you searching for me as well? Who started this love triangle rumor? How dare! Were you searching for me?
Of course I did. I know the area better than most others, so I figured I'd be the first to find you. But the person who found you first, Kent, his actions were most impressive. It seemed like he and Iki were calculating something, then they ran off and brought you back immediately.
Oh, those smart boys. Them and their math.
I'm sure they were checking altitude contours on a map, then made calculations based on the point from which you fell. He even checked your height and weight with Shin.
Man, math can really get you places. What? Really? I guess he knows a lot about maps.
If you're interested in the events of that night, why don't you try asking the other guests? I could give you the guest list if you'd like.
Wow, that would be helpful. Since he's offering, you should take it.
But this really is quite intriguing. The victim decides to reinvestigate the case. A true mystery in the making.
He seems like the type of guy who'd be like, ooh, reinvestigation. To find the person who murdered you.
Investigating your own murder, ooh. I've read many stories like this for fun, but I've never encountered a genuine mystery myself before.
Exactly what is this owner expecting out of this?
Also, what kind of truth did you witness for yourself? Well, you're defending Shin, that I know for certain, but I'd like to know why. Do you have any sort of doubts about this accident? Was this truly an accident with no suspicions whatsoever?
The owner is me. I'm glad you seem to be enjoying yourself there. He also seems really fixated on this incident, but it was just an accident no matter which way you look at it, right? Also, you came here to work, but it seems like he won't let you go for a while. I'm pretty tired. Are you? Yesterday was your first straight shift, and then that weird guy showed up and started asking a bunch of questions. Don't call him weird if he actually helped us quite a bit. I'm sure your body's tired, but this isn't good for your mental health either. Try to relax a bit. You have today off, so you should try to get some rest. You've got work again tomorrow. I wonder if Shin will come by today. Well, speak of the devil. Wait, that's not Shin, it's Toma.
Slides out. Hey, are you here to accept that marriage proposal? Wonk. Hey, you free today?
Toma seems like a really kind and easygoing guy, but he acts kind of like Shin sometimes. Maybe this is just how childhood friends act around each other.
Oops. Oops! What are you doing here, Toma? Are you guys up to something?
Yeah, we're going on a date! Oh, Shin's here too.
No real reason. She had a long shift yesterday, so I just came to see how she's doing. I'll get going now. I didn't have any plans with her and you got here first. I'll just leave.
Wait, what? Why is he acting like this? Why can't all three of you hang out together? All three of us should hang out. Sorry, Toma, Shin and I are gonna go out. Hey, we should all hang out together. Let the awkward friction begin.
That doesn't interest me. I'm going now. Look after her, alright?
Wait, he's really leaving? The three of you could just hang out. Didn't you always do that before?
Whatever, Toma, you owe me. If we're going anywhere, you have to pay. Looks like he doesn't like me anymore. Maybe he's just at that age now. Anyway, mind if I come in? And then all you hear is the quick footsteps of Shin running back like, Did you eat lunch yet? I bought something, if you're okay with this kind of food.
Whoa, that's great. It's not too hard to cook now, but it sure is painful to try.
I'll make some tea. Have a seat, or would you prefer coffee? You know damn well I want that hot chocolate, boy. Oh, it's okay if I use the kitchen, right? I'm just going to use a stove. Well, I guess I don't really need to ask.
So he's making coffee, and he's warming up the food even though he's a guest here. No, I don't want coffee.
Give me juice at least.
He's acting a lot different from Shin than Shin was after he left the hospital. Why are they so different? Wow, you've got a nice warm lunch now. Isn't that great, Bee?
Why are you so surprised? All I did was warm this up. Shin's pretty strict with you. I'm sure he'd say I'm spoiling you by doing this.
Yeah, 'cause he's boring.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with helping out someone who's injured. Maybe that's why things aren't working out. Sorry, I don't mean that, but I also know that he didn't leave just because he doesn't like me.
Wait, really? I wonder what he means.
You don't realize it? Shin doesn't like you treating me equally to him. I mean, he's your boyfriend now, after all. You're not just friends, so it wouldn't be right for the three of us to be hanging out together. That's what he wants me to see. Sheesh. He was such a cute little crybaby before, but now he's totally just a regular guy. And it doesn't matter how much time passes, I still feel like an older brother to the two of you. He was the first to leave this relationship among the three of us, and he took you with him. Even now, I'm still trying to figure out what it was that made him want to leave. 'Cause I proposed. Even now, I'm secretly a serial proposer. Do it every day to walk. Oh, good morning. It seems like you've been able to take off most of your bandages. You still don't look your best, but you seem to be recovering nicely. That's a relief. Oh, it's also alright for you to keep the bandages on during work. Ever since you returned, we've had more customers become regulars.
So, you're bringing in those kinds of customers.
I did accept it. I mean, I accepted it, so I should just go through with it.
Good morning. Hey, it's Sawa. I heard you both have the same job, but this is the first time we've actually seen her here. Hey, you're looking pretty lively. That's good. Oh, right, manager. I just thought of it, but maybe we could have an employee fireworks show.
With just employees, but isn't the big Arakawa fireworks show today? I'm sure people will go to that. Why do the employees here need to have one?
Because of the show in Arakawa. I don't think we can go there now, do you? I'd feel really bad going there without her. Wait, she's doing this for you? I figured that we can at least have a fun fireworks show for her here, all nice and local.
Ah, that's a great idea.
Wow, that sounds fun. Isn't that great, V? I think going to the big show might be pushing it.
We should send Toma and Mine a message about this. Oh, maybe we should invite Shin, too.
Want to give him a call?
And I'm like, no!
But he has prep school today. I think he would get mad if you called him so early in the morning. And she's calling him. He picked up. Here, take the phone.
Sawa, why are you calling me at a time like this?
Sorry, it's nothing. Hey, you want to see some fireworks?
V, is that you? Fireworks? What, with you and Sawa?
He seems surprisingly interested. Maybe you should explain?
I got it. I'll head over later. I'll give you a call when you get off work, so tell me where and when. See you later.
So he'll come? That's great. I knew he'd accept it if you asked him.
Oh, Shin's coming too. I got an answer from Toma and Mine. They'll be there as well.
That's great. This will be fun.
Alright, that's enough of that. We'll be opening shop, so get ready. Since we're going to be having fun later, let's work extra hard for the customers now.
Alright, let's do this. Let's do this one next. This one's amazing.
Wait, Sawa, why do you keep choosing the rocket fireworks? Normal people just like sparklers.
Huh? But rockets are way more flashy and awesome. Oh, I know. How about we attach some sparklers to the rockets?
That's dangerous. How strange. I could have sworn I was invited to watch fireworks with my coworkers, not asked to babysit kids. I'll excuse you. I don't mind either way, but just making sure you don't but just make sure you don't burn any buildings down.
Just standing next to a building. Aw, man.
I thought you weren't here for a minute, but then I saw you in the corner with your sparkler. It seems just like you. It's easier to sit here than it looks. I guess you can use it as a chair. Make sure not to lean back and fall. Mind if I sit next to you? I'd like a sparkler too.
Those are some fancy looking pants. You're lucky it's supposedly cold right now during August. 'Cause that does not look like an outfit I would wear when it's hot as balls.
Are you having fun at all? If you're too tired to stand over there with everyone, I could call them over for you.
Would you be okay with it being so loud? It's fun just being with you, Shin.
Alright, that's enough of the cliche phrases. You're not very honest about these kinds of things. It's kind of creepy.
Hey, if we're gonna talk about dishonesty, maybe you need to check yourself, Shin.
I actually like a bit of excitement.
Oh, I see. That's unexpected. He doesn't seem that way at all.
We've talked about it again, right? About my dad? Drunk guy picked a fight with him, and when he punched him, he happened to hit a really bad spot, and the guy died from it.
Ooh, I know about that. There's, I think, a place under your jaw, and then also if you hit the temple, I think is, places you should not hit somebody or get hit in.
I'm sure you can imagine, but after that everyone started avoiding me too. It wasn't exactly bullying, they were just afraid, I guess. Back then I wasn't as unfriendly with others as I am now, so it was really hard for me to bear it all. They all looked at me as if I were some sort of demon. I understand now why they treated me like that, and I know what we did. I know what we did to that dead guy and his family was terrible. My dad was drunk too, so he wasn't able to hold back. There's plenty of blame to go around. Back then, I was just a little kid. I couldn't understand why people called my dad a murderer. I couldn't understand why people alienated me like that.
That's like the worst thing to do. Don't alienate the kid for what the parent did. That's just gonna end up making the kid possibly do what the parent did. It could go like two ways. They could go, they learn from their parents' mistakes, but there still could be repercussions, or they follow the parent's path.
But even back then, you and Toma didn't change at all. When people jeered at me, you defended me and you brought me out of places like this. There were a lot of places I wasn't able to go, so it was kind of annoying. But if you and Toma weren't there, I doubt I would have been able to even be around other people like this. I never told you before your accident happened, but I'm grateful.
Sorry, I can't remember, Jack.
Are you an idiot? That's not something you should apologize for. It's not your fault. And I'm telling you so you can remember again. Don't apologize, just remember. Anyway, how about we call those loud people over there? You just sit tight. I'll be right back.
Shin's got a lot of issues too. He seems kind of arrogant, but he's had a lot to overcome that's made his attitude like that. And you've shared in those memories with him tonight. Let's get all your memories back quickly, for Shin's sake too. No work today, no plans either. I've started to expect Shin to show up on days like this. But now that I think about it, he's studying for exams. Is it really okay for him to take days off? Maybe he's actually going out of his way to make time for you and help recover your memories. From what we heard yesterday, it sounds like Shin's normal coldness isn't the reason people are scared of him. Oh, someone's coming. Wait, it's Sawa and Toma. I wonder what's going on. This is really bad. Shin's been arrested again. What?
Sawa, calm down. It wasn't an arrest. He went along willingly.
It's all the same. He was taken away by the police. They were saying that it was really scary when it happened.
She's talking about Shin's parents. They called my parents, but I don't know any of the details.
No way. Wouldn't that mean they seriously suspect him in causing your accident? They can't accept that this was just an accident? I thought this whole thing was over.
Anyway, I'll head over to the police station and try to dig up whatever information I can about what's going on. Just make sure you keep your heads on and don't do anything rash. Stay with Sawa until I get back.
Yeah, I'm here for you. It'll be okay. This isn't really a situation where we can guarantee that. Oh well. Hey, Toma. I'll get going now. It'll be okay. Shin hasn't done anything wrong. The police will see to that. You don't need to worry about anything, alright? I'll go make some tea. Mind if I use the kitchen? Do you have anything sweet in there? Sweets are the best thing to eat when you're feeling down. Oh boy. Sorry, I broke a cup. I'm so sorry. I'll buy you a new one, okay? Let's go shopping together. Oh, I know. Maybe Shin could come along too. I'm sure he'll be back in no time. You two haven't really done any coupley things like that, have you? Sawa. I'm okay. There's nothing to worry about. My hand just slipped a little. I'm okay. But if there really wasn't anything to worry about, Toma wouldn't have been in such a rush. This accident happened in Shinano, and a long enough time ago that there's really no need for them to come all the way out here. It seems like their suspicions are pretty serious. To tell you the truth, I wasn't able to figure out much. People can't exactly demand information in the middle of an ongoing investigation. There's no way they'd disclose that. There's just one thing, though. This is just a guess, but I thought of one possible reason. I saw the person who investigated Shin's father talking to the people investigating the Shinano accident. We can assume that information about Shin's father has already reached the Shinano investigators. Wait a second. Does that mean they're suspecting Shin just because his father murdered someone? It wasn't murder, it was involuntary manslaughter, but regardless, that seems to be the case. That sounds kind of dumb to me. I can understand if after the case they voice crack. If after the case they did some mental examination, but if the guy who died has no relation to us, then what reason do they have to suspect Shin in that way just because his father killed somebody? That's like saying if a baby that wasn't born yet had a father who murdered someone, and using the same case as Shin's, where he was drunk and he got into a fight, and then the baby is involved, like later on is involved in something that can also be seen as an accident, and then all of a sudden they're putting what the dad or what the parent did before? I don't know. I don't do this kind of stuff. It just doesn't really make all that much sense to me. That's not right. Shin didn't do anything. Of course, and I doubt that's the only reason behind it. There was a conflict in the testimonies that made the police suspicious. I said I'm not going to defend Shin, but I'm doing that. And then I get immediately reminded, I'm like, wait a second. My whole thought process was, Shin may be involved. Like, may have some little tiny whatevers in the fact that we fell off that cliff. Once again, I am conflicted. They let him off for a while because the victim defended him, but they're having some concerns about it now. Either that or they found some new evidence that shows malicious intent. No way. Shin wouldn't do something like that. I believe so too. Anyway, if you're questioned by the police, deny any wrongdoing on Shin's part. He went willingly, so combined with that, they should have the sense to release him somewhat soon. Although they did take away a man who had already been brought in once already. This time it could be longer. No contact from Shin. I guess he hasn't been released yet. I wonder how the investigation is going. Ah, why did it all have to turn out like this? Shin isn't that kind of person. I'm finally starting to believe that myself now. Oh, it's time to sleep already. You have work tomorrow. Hey, are you okay? Can you go to work? There's a lot of questions, a lot of confusion, and conflicting emotions for me right now. I don't know how to feel. I want to believe Shin because I just want there to be another person who I think is nice and cool, aside for just Kent. I already have two people I don't like that much. Toma being the least and Iki actually being much higher on the list. Just give me this one, it's not fair. I understand that like Kent's one was all like the safest route amongst them all. Even Crazy Face said that. Toma was the most dangerous, and I'm willing to bet Iki and Shin are supposed to be like middle grounds. I just don't want Shin to be in line with like very last. Because despite his attitude and his weird reasons for lying, I really want to like him. I really, really do. But I don't know. This is a very dramatic, soap opera-feely route right now. From the woman who's forgotten to the guy who may be the reason why it happened. Not quite the reason why, but you know what I mean. Huh. I don't know how to feel. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope you have a good day and a good night. Bye-bye.